President Trump said he didn't think immigration officials had gone far enough in their operations across the country and that he won't be extorted by Democrats to reopen the government. The comments came in an interview that aired on CBS's 60 Minutes last night, 1 year after suing the show over its editing of a Kamala Harris interview. Tessa Bennett joins us in studio with more on Trump's appearance on 60 Minutes. Tessa?
Manisa, sit-down interviews with President Trump in his second term have been few and far between, so each question and answer from last night's segment have gotten a lot of attention. All told, Trump was interviewed for about 90 minutes, but only a third of it made it to air. CBS did release the full 90-minute transcript, during which several other comments stood out to readers, including Trump saying the 2020 presidential election was rigged.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough.
For the first time in 5 years, U.S. President Donald Trump sat down for an interview with the program 60 Minutes. The interview aired last night, but occurred at Mar-a-Lago on Friday. Hosted by CBS correspondent Norah O'Donnell, the wide-ranging conversation spanned topics from immigration to the government shutdown. It was his first appearance on the CBS show after the network settled a lawsuit brought by Trump over edits made to an interview former Vice President Kamala Harris did with 60 Minutes. Since then, CBS has also changed hands. Interestingly, Trump acknowledged his own interview would be edited prior to airing, and only about a third of the 90-minute conversation aired on the program. But CBS did publish a full transcript.
It is really interesting the president brought this up, that he brought up the settlement, the shift in CBS ownership that followed from the settlement, the way this very much, in the president's perspective, in his words, makes CBS coverage fairer. I think those of us who don't see the world in the same way the president does can understand that as him saying it makes coverage more favorable to him and more slanted towards him. So however we want to read it, the president is recognizing there's been a change in coverage at CBS as a result of this settlement and its ownership change.
There were a few moments that have gone viral now from the interview, including Trump's comments about immigration. O'Donnell asked the president if he believed the methods used by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, have gone too far, to which he replied,
Oh, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You know, you have to look at the people. Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
Trump also addressed the upcoming Supreme Court arguments on whether or not his aggressive tariff policy is legal.
I think our country will be immeasurably hurt. I think our economy will go to hell. Look, because of tariffs, we have the highest stock market we've ever had. Because of tariffs, 401ks at the highest level, and this is millions and millions of people that we've ever had, 401ks. I think it's the most important subject discussed by the Supreme Court in 100 years.
And when it came to the president's stance on the government shutdown, which now threatens to be the longest in U.S. history, he doubled down on his stance.
We are now approaching the longest shutdown in American history.
Democrats' fault.
You have helped end these government shutdowns in the past when they came about, and you did it by bringing.
I'm very good at it,
you
but I'm not going to do it by. I'm not going to do it by extortion. I'm not going to do it by being extorted by the Democrats who have lost their way.
When asked about international issues like the Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal that many are worried is fragile, Trump said it wasn't fragile at all, and Hamas could be taken out immediately if they don't behave.